All right, so this question is question 6 from June 2017. In this question, we're going to take pi to be 22 over 7. It says the diagram below, not drawn to scale, shows a field in the shape of a sector of a circle with center O and diameter 28. Angle POZ is 90 degrees. All right, so we can see that. All right, since this shape is a sector, the straight edges are radii of the larger circle. So the straight edges of a sector are radii of the larger circle. Now what we're asked to do is we're asked to calculate the area of the sector. Now the area of a sector can be found, or the formula we should use is theta over 360 times pi r squared. So that would be 90 over 360 times pi, which is 22 over 7, times r, which is 14. The diameter is 28, so the radius is 14 times 14. Okay, so 0 cancels 0. 9 into 36 goes 4 times. 7 into 14 goes 2 times. 2 into 2, 1. 2 into 4 is 2. And 2 into this 2 is 1. 2 into 22 is 11. So what we have is 11 times 14. So the area of the sector would be equal to 154, and that is meters squared. The area of a sector is 154 meters squared. All right, next we're asked to calculate the perimeter of the sector. Now, the sector has 3 edges. There are 2 straight edges and a curved edge. The curved edge is what's that, PZ. Okay, so we know the length of the 2 straight edges. These are both 14 meters. What we don't know is the length of the curved edge. So let's call that L. All right, so L is the length of the curved edge with an arc. Now, the length of an arc is given, the length of the arc L is given by the formula theta over 360 times 2 pi r. So the length of the arc is a fraction of the length of the circumference. So this is 90 over 360 times 2 times pi, which is 22 over 7, times the radius, which is 14. Again, the radius is half of the diameter. Since the diameter is 28, the radius is 14. 90 goes into 360 4 times. 2 cancels this 2, and this 2 cancels this 11. And so 7 to 14 is 2. So the length L is equal to 22 meters. The word perimeter means distance around. So the perimeter would be equal to R plus L, which is 14 plus 14 plus 22. 14 plus 14 is 28. 28 plus 22, I'm guessing, is 50 meters. So the perimeter of the field is 50 meters. All right, this is the B part of the question, and it says the diagram below, not drawn to scale, shows a triangular prism A, B, C, D, E, F. The cross section is a right angle triangle ABC, where AB is 6 centimeters and BC is 10 centimeters. So this is the right angle triangle that they're talking about. Now the first thing we're asked to do is we're asked to calculate the area of triangle ABC. All right, since it's a right angle triangle, the area of the triangle would be half base times height. So, and the height is exactly what is missing. The height is missing. So we need to find out the length of the height. Now, if we know two sides of a right angle triangle, and we wish to find the length of the third side, we have to use Pythagoras theorem. Now, Pythagoras theorem is a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared. In this formula, a is the hypotenuse, and b and c are the other two sides. So the hypotenuse of this triangle is 10. So it's 10 squared is equal to 6 squared plus h squared. This is 100. This is 36 plus h squared. So 100 minus 36 is equal to h squared. So h squared would be equal to 64. The opposite of square is square root. So h is equal to the square root of 64, which would make it h 8 centimeters. All right. So this is 8 centimeters. All right. Now the area of the triangle would be equal to half base times height. So the area would be a half. The length of the base is 6. The height is 8. This is 3. The area of the triangle would be equal to 24, and that is centimeters squared. So the area of the triangle is equal to 24 centimeters squared. All right. Now we're asked to calculate the length of the prism if the volume of the prism is 540 centimeters cube. All right, the length of the prism that is mentioned in the question is actually this length here. All right, so this length is called the height or the length of the prism. Now, the volume of all solid shape with a uniform cross section V is equal to A times H. So that A times H is equal to 540. Now, where A is the area of the uniform cross section and H is the height. H is the height or the length of the prism. Now, we already calculated the area in the previous section. The area is 24 centimeters squared. So this, therefore, the area, which is 24, times the height is equal to 540. If we divide both sides by 24, we're going to get the height to be equal to 540 divided by 24. So the height h would be equal to 22.5 centimeters. So this length here is 22.5 centimeters. All right, let's see what comes next. Now, next we're asked to calculate the surface area of the prism. All right. Now, the surface area, the formula for the surface area, TSA, which stands for total surface area, is equal to PH plus 2A. P in the formula is the perimeter of the cross section, uniform cross section, and H is the height or length of the prism. So the perimeter would be 10 plus 8 plus 6 as the perimeter of the uniform cross section. The height or length of the prism is 22 22.5 plus 2 times A. A in the formula is the area of the uniform cross section, which is 24. So this becomes this is what, 14 times 10. Sorry, 14 plus 10 is 24. So this is 24 times 22.5 plus 2 times 24. All right. So if you put that all in your calculator, this is what, 24 times 22.5 plus 2 times 24, and press equal. What we got is 5. What we get is 588, and this is centimeters square. So the total surface area is 588 centimeters square.